This is Charlie Mike, the podcast. Veterans helping veterans, talking about things happening in the veteran community, things we've experienced and overcome, such as addictions, PTSD, depression, legal trouble, and we also promote veteran-owned businesses. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. This is Charlie Mike, the podcast.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Charlie Mike, the podcast. As you all know, my name is Raul. I'm the host. And today I have special guests. I have Cam and Gabe. Now, I'm going to let Cam and Gabe introduce themselves. Cam, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us on. Again, my name's Cam. I'm the leader of a little airsoft team. I'm a vet, did about 7 years in, air defender, did some Patriot stuff, did some Stinger stuff, got out about 2011, and just been trying to survive on the outside since.
Yeah, man. You were in the Army?
I was in the Army, yes.
Nice, 7 years. What made you get out, man?
It was time, man. 7 years, it's rough on you.
Yeah. What did you do any time overseas?
I did. Went to Iraq once. Here and there. I was in and out of Bragg for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's awesome. When did you get out, man?
2011, May of 2011.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. How are you doing adjusting back? Did you have any issues?
Getting out, dealt with the whole addiction, severe alcohol, all that. Ended me up in Veterans Court here in Brazoria County. It's met a lot of good people in that program. Definitely thankful for it.
Man, that's it, man. Today I hit 2 years sobriety, and I'm officially out for probation today.
Congratulations! Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hit 2.5 years sober completely.
Nice, brother. Nice. That's amazing to hear, and actually just gave me chills. I'm serious. Man, the struggle was real. What it was PTSD and things of that nature.
I don't know so much PTSD. It's just it was drinking's been a way of life, you know. It's one of those things. It's you get used to it. You get desensitized. You don't realize, holy cow, maybe I shouldn't be drinking, 26 beers and 15 shots in a night, until like you go out with a whole bunch of civilian guys and they're looking at you like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
And it's just the way life, and that gets to the point. It's the only way you know how to drink, and it interferes with a lot of things in life.
It sure does, man. It's at a point where we think it's normal,
Yeah,
and it's not. It's an issue, but in the military, it's kind of a way of life, a way of living.
Yep.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of random guys all together, and we're all supposed to get along, have each other's backs, and the only thing we all have in common is drinking. That's how we bond.
Yeah, it's for sure, man. Actually, I met Cam through Veterans Court here in Brazoria County, and you mind if I tell a story?
Go for it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so the first time I met Cam, I think it was his first day in Veterans Court. They ask him his name, he introduced himself, and then he says, yeah, I just had a baby. The baby was maybe 4 days old. The judge says, oh, congratulations on your baby, but we think you should spend a couple of nights in the county. I think you had missed an appointment or something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I put my scram device on a day too late. And she had everybody clap for me. Congratulations on your baby. And by the way, you're going to jail.
Yeah, man. We were all sitting in the back like, oh,
yeah,
crazy. Yeah. Gabe, introduce yourself. Well, let me introduce you to Gabe. Gabe is actually my soon-to-be brother-in-law.
Yes, sir.
He's a good dude. He's actually he's my favorite brother-in-law. Or yeah, Anyways, so Gabe,
that wasn't hard debate there. But so okay, my name's Gabe. I'm 23. I was born in Houston, Texas. Unfortunately, I didn't serve the in the military at all. But as much as I can try to say I help Houston. I'm an AC technician, so here in Houston, it's very humid, very hot, and I try to serve in that way. I'm helping everybody. Also, I like to just hang out with Cam and Roll, obviously, and just have a good group of guys to hang out with and have a good time. So I don't know the struggle of joining the military and leaving the military, but I can see that it's really hard on a lot of people, especially with like PTSD and stuff. And doing my research, I have a really, really respectful like emotions towards the military. I rep the Veteran Lives Matter bracelet all the time. And it's just, that's the truth. It's the vet lives first more than anything, because they don't get taken care of. They get thrown in a fight and they could serve 4 years, they could serve 20 years. And they're still coming back with, things they will never forget. And it's us as citizens, we need to take care of those guys. So
I appreciate that, Gabe. It's man, I'm glad you're on here, and man, I'm excited about you joining the family.
Definitely, I'm excited too, man. I it's been a long time coming. His sister and I, for everybody to know, we've been dating for 9 years in high school. So we basically, Raul watched me grow up from a little punk teenage kid to the man I am today. So I'm honestly blessed by God to have Raul in my life. So it's a blessing, and it's time to join the family. So
yeah, man, you still got a little bit of weight though, man. If you change your mind, let me know. We'll pack the bags and we'll head out, man. I'll go with you. Cam, man, let me ask you. I want to ask you. I always ask all my vets the same question, bro. Any regrets?
Not at all. Not at all. So when I joined the military, I was a homeless 17-year-old kid. I mean, I'm not one to say I joined out of, any particular patriotism or sense of duty and all that. I was a 17-year-old kid. I needed a job. I needed something to eat,
Yeah.
And so I joined, and the people I've met, the networking. I mean, the military raised me. And I didn't know who I was. Come from a very, very troubled childhood and all that. So I didn't learn how to be a human, interact until I joined the military, and it's instilled in me a lot of things, that I carry into that. I mean, with all the bad stuff that comes with it, at the end of the day, there's a lot of good things that come with it. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything at all. I'm happy with the person I am today, and every past mistake, everything good I've done in the past, and everything bad that I've done in the past has shaped me who I am sitting right here today. So
that's amazing, man. That's exactly the way I feel. If you could do it all again, would you?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I might do one or two things different,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely.
If they called tomorrow and said, "Cam, we need your help. We're going to war," would you go?
I mean, are they gonna pay me the same amount as I'm making my job now?
It's not a pay question. It's just a simple question. Yes or no?
No. No.
Man, let me okay, let's talk about it, man. Okay, I didn't know anything about first of all, ghost frogs. How did it come about?
So let me put a disclaimer out there. I absolutely hate the team name. I think it's super cool. Okay. But this whole airsoft thing, it happened to me by accident. Where I literally, about a year ago, I went to Hank's airsoft field. It was my birthday. I wanted to do something different. So he booked one of those little party things, like 10 people for $100. Go in. I had a fucking blast. I had a blast. The ref there, Dan Lee, was the ref there. He was like a private ref for my party and all that. And it was just a really good time. And I was like, well, I needed a hobby. I mean, I needed to feel, this goes hand in hand with my sobriety. So, you know, it's whenever you're going through sobriety, the first little part, you isolate yourself from everything. All right.
Right.
Because you don't want any triggers to hit you. You don't, anything like that. So, you know, I'm about a year and a half into it right now. And, you know, I'm just going crazy because it feels like all I do is work, home, work, home, work, home, work, home. I needed to fill that void of, you know, human interaction and all that. So I went again. The next weekend, I was just by myself. I met a couple cool guys there, and we just started playing together. It was me and the guy Boz that plays with us. He and I first hit it off, and then like the third time I went out is when I met Steele, and we just kept playing and playing. I mean, at the end of the day, I was having fun. I was a grown man. I was playing BB guns, you know. I mean, like, you know, when you're a little kid and you're running around playing BB guns with your brothers or whatever, or those stick guns, it's just like that. And then we started all running together. And then we joined a team. We joined a separate team, me, Boz, and Gabe. And the team really wasn't for us. I mean, it was just kind of Of course, me, I like a little more structure, a little more, you know, some instructions on what we're doing. So at that time, we were at an event. There was probably about 100 people at the event. It wasn't a event, but it was a good size. And there was another team there, the Ghost Frogs, that they were really good. They had their stuff together, a couple vets on the team. And they invited us to join them. And we're like, okay, so we joined them. The kid who ran the team, his name is Gage. And he always played out of the field, B&B, and me, Boz, and Gabe, we always played down in tanks in Richmond. So he was like, why don't what, just go ahead and you can do your own thing down in tanks. We'll all just come together for the big events. But Gage ended up joining the military. He just shipped out to boot camp about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And what? Army.
Army.
Yeah. He has plans going special forces. Super cool. You know how it is when you first join. Yeah. And then so he left, and he's like, he just kind of handed the reins over to me. From that point, you know, we'd accrued a solid following. We were up to like, you know, a little 12-man team that's running out of tanks.
Now, sorry to interrupt, but we had a big, like, we had more guys on the team, and we were consistently playing more than B&B's team. So
then we started going out to national level events. I don't know if you know anything about airsoft. Airsoft gets crazy. Okay. So the first big event we went to, it was called Starburst. It was out in Fort Hood. Anyone been out to Fort Hood? They have 2 giant mount training sites and all that. Well, the company Third Coast Airsoft, they actually got both of these mount sites to run a giant airsoft game in. Yeah, you could ride in a helicopter. They had airstrikes, everything. And I got that, and then I just fell in love with it after we did that. So we came back and we started going to these little events. And the little events were really lackluster. Everybody on the team is complaining, you know, this event sucks. The person who runs this event, he's no good. He doesn't care, all that. So I said, let's run our own event just to see if we could do it.
Yeah.
We ran an event over at Tanks, Operation Black Box. We built some props. The guys on the team have some super, super smart guys on the team. We built timing clocks out of chess clocks so that you keep score with it and all that. And we get out there. And of course, the day we host the event, it is complete downpour. But we still had an amazing turnout for it, for it even being the weather it was. And then after that, Tank, the owner of Tank, is a gentleman named John Tankersley. We call him Tank. And he asked us if we'd go ahead and run the monthly events that they have at there. And of course, we jumped on it. We have a blast doing it and all that. But then I believe, okay, so I'm an atheist, all right? But I also believe there's a void that's left when you don't have God in your life. I feel that void with social responsibility. Okay. So I felt the need, if I have this platform to a group of people, and I'm going through this vet court thing, and I have the social responsibility to help out my brothers. All right. So I messaged David Vincent from Val 22 and asked him if he would mind if we ran a charity game for him. And he gave us the go ahead. And that's how this whole Operation Stop 22 has come about.
Man, let me tell you, I've worked with Val 22. Well, I'm gonna say work with them, but I've been to their silky hikes and the things they have out in
Yes.
Jackson and Vincent David. You know, he's a man. He's a good dude, man. And
Really
they're doing amazing things with Val 22. If anyone doesn't know who they are, be sure and look them up. Now, so what made you want to do this event the way that you're doing it? So the proceeds are going to be donated to Val 22.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. And as you know, man, you know the 22 is a battle, man. It's out there. It's
Definitely.
it's you know, I struggled with it myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's
As vets, it's not even like you can say everybody knows one person. We all know several people. I mean, you know, when you get out and you look at my last unit I was in, you know, it's an average of 1 or 2 people a year that we're losing to the 22.
Yeah, it's a man. I talk about it and I get emotional because it's something that it's the reason I'm doing everything that I'm doing is because
Yep.
I want to help in any way possible and share different, experiences. Because with experiences, man, you know what you say can help somebody and
Mm.
it change a life. So tell me about. Let me tell you. Okay, so when Gabe told me one time that he was doing airsoft, I was like, what? You know, so
Yeah.
I paid. I was like, okay, yeah, cool, have fun. And then he sent me a video one time, and he's like, hey, watch this video. And it was like real deal, man. They were like, they had all kinds of weapons.
Oh
They
yeah.
had like grenades, rocket launcher.
Yeah.
It was they even saw one. I saw one like an RPG. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I started watching it, and then I met you, and then I found out that you and Gabe knew each other. So man, it's a small world. It's crazy that you know.
Yeah, no, when I first started, like, I didn't tell people I knew I played airsoft for a while because, like, in my it's really dirty, dorky, it's really nerdy. People like because you hear it, like, you know, 2 years ago, someone said, "Let's go play airsoft." My reaction, like, that's stupid. You're just gonna play dress up in BB guns, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like really embrace it until I found the group of guys I run with. I mean, when you look who's on our team, you have everything from lawyers to sheriff's deputies, vets, AC technicians. You just realize it's not all Dungeons and Dragons people playing.
Oh, they're out there.
Oh,
Though.
there's background, but not the majority of it is just regular guys looking for a way to blow off some steam. It's their escape from the daily grind, the escape from the bills, the escape from the pressures of life and all that. So,
Man, I'm definitely gonna have to go out there and see what it's about one day.
definitely,
It's addicting, man.
And tell me, okay, so August 15th is
Mhm.
is the day of this event. Now, what all is it gonna? What's all happening?
All right, so August 15th. Right now we're working. It's not set in stone, but we're working on it. So any vet who shows up and does not have airsoft equipment will be provided that airsoft equipment at no additional charge.
Wow.
Now I'll be 100% honest. Airsoft is not for everybody, especially vets. Severe PTSD, I would not recommend. If you're severe, all right. Semi-adjusted, definitely. Because it throws you back in situations. All right. But for for me personally, it has been a great stress reliever. I've been able to make those bonds that I've been missing and all that. But on the 15th, you show up at 8:30 in the morning. You show your VAID or anything. Say, I need rental equipment. You will be taken care of. Trying to cater this event to not necessarily people who've been playing, for years or whatever, but for new guys who want to try it out. You show up there. There's going to be a raffle at the end where you can win all kinds of stuff. Going to have a competition barbecue team out there selling plates of food, which will also be donated to Val 22 as well.
Nice.
We're putting together little gift bags for everyone that joins. It's going to be a good day. It's just brotherhood and shooting people. It's
Will y'all be having any vendors and things like that?
Right now, as far as vendors, we have something in the works for vendors. A couple vet-owned. I'm trying to do as many vet-owned businesses and all that as possible because I want to both my communities helping out each other. But if any vendor wants to show up, do anything, go ahead and reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Cameron Yellen, find me, or get with Raul here. Raul will tell you how to get hooked up with me. So.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about to see the event. I will be there. We'll definitely see it. So it's Stop 22. Is that what?
Yes, Operation Stop 22.
Operation Stop 22. I like it, man. I really do. And so do you plan on doing this like often, or is it just to see how the event goes?
But yeah, so I will be running events there regularly, and of course, depending how this one do, I would love to continue doing this at least quarterly. Have some type of charity event for something within the veteran community.
Man, that's awesome. And Gabe, man, I like seeing you involved in these causes. It really it strikes a chord, man.
Yeah, I mean, just my family, I have my aunt and uncle, they were in the Air Force. And I've always looked up to the Air Force and I always said as a kid, I wanted to be a fighter pilot. But then, life changed and I went to school and stuff and I decided military's not it. So I went and got my AC license and we actually went to the same air conditioning school. So you watched me actually graduate and get out of air conditioning school together.
I went to make sure that you went.
Exactly. That's what happened. Hey, what's a funny story is that you started Charlie Mike in air conditioning class. Instead of taking notes, you started the business.
That's a real story, Cam. I started Charlie Mike Military Apparel while we were in AC school.
That's awesome.
Yep. And it's stuff like I like what Cam said about the situational stuff. When it gets into airsoft, I just want to say when you have pyro going off, when you have smoke grenades going off, and some guns actually sound like GBBRs where they're called gas blowback rifles where they perform like an actual weapon system. It's just, it is like an actual scenario. Like there's some places where there's kill houses. I know we're going to go to an event that's called Operation Starburst, and that's in, I think, September or October, and it's at Fort Hood. And we're going to do a weekend event there. So we actually use military bases. We use radio comms. We use, some people rent night vision for these events. I mean, it gets really crazy. And it's just something that I hope everybody, if they're interested, they want, like how Cam says, you want the taste of just the military background. It's not exactly like live fire and you're actually, it's not like that, but it's just something to, get that, I guess, that nostalgia in some parts of it. I can't speak for vets alone on what they experience and whatnot, but I try, we try to, as our team, we try to focus on milsim play, military simulation. And even though most of us aren't vets and some of us are, we try to go with military tactics and stuff with our stuff. It sounds nerdy, but when we actually go on events and we actually do like games, it works out in our favor, like a majority of the time. So it's just something to think about, especially if you're like, oh, what am I doing August 15th? And like, well, why don't you just come try it out? You know, just see how it is. So
Cam, so are you teaching these guys? Are you teaching these guys different military tactics or?
Okay, I'll tell you this: airsoft tactics, they're going to be similar. They're not the same.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, BBs don't go through wood, you know.
right.
But it's military F. All right. So we have a couple 11 Bravos on the team, so they think, you know, this is the right way to do it and all that. But at the end of the day, it's really, everyone keeps saying mil sim. I keep saying chill sim because it's
chill sim. Yeah.
It's very relaxed. There are some teams out there that take it to the extreme. We went to an event and one team had everybody, you know, at parade rest, everything dress right, dress. I'm out that life anymore because I don't have to. But it's very relaxed. Usually just whenever we're actually playing, it equates to, hey guys, let's go this way. You cover that area, I cover this area, intersect fire and all that. I mean, that's about as tactical as really as we get. We do have there is a field that offers tactical training and all that, and I did sign the team up for that more as like a team building event than actually, you know, I'm not planning on having them stack and kick doors or anything like that.
Nah,
but
man, it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds awesome. I want to give it a shot.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. As a vet, you'll get this a lot. You know, we get a special perspective because it's pretty amusing seeing these guys who have never been in the military and all that, and they take it super serious and all that. And that's not what it's about for us. It's just an area to relax. You know, spend 6 hours a day, you know, just sweating out there, just running around yelling. It's a blast.
Sounds
Workout.
It sounds like good camaraderie, man. I like that. Well,
all the guys there, they fill that void for me of, you know, because I used to play pool, I used to play darts at the bars, pounding beers, all that, and that's something I had to make the choice to give up if I, you know, continue my sobriety and all that. And, you know, but you get, you know, that same camaraderie from these guys that you're hanging out with, you know, on the weekends.
Man, that's I'm telling you, I'm gonna check it out. So it's August 15th, Operation Stop 22.
Yes, sir.
Proceeds will benefit Val 22. And send me the info, location and things like that, and
We'll
I'll post it up. You any last comments, man? You got anything you want to say?
Just want to say thanks for having us on, man. Congratulations on completing your probation, your sobriety, your continued sobriety, because everybody knows that it's easy to be sober during probation. It's when you get off is the true test. And that the fact that you're still committed to it, you know, a lot of guys have been like, hey, I'm off, let's go and pound some beers on, and you continue it. And, you know, you're an inspiration to me of how I want to, you know, continue it, because I'm still continuing working the program and all that. So it's good to see, you know, there's light on the other side.
It is, man. And if you ever need anything, you know I'm here. I'm still gonna be in the court process. I'll be sitting over there next to Mr. Mercer. I'm gonna be helping.
For sure.
Gabe, you got something to say, brother?
No, I'm just excited to see everybody come out for our event. Honestly, especially all the vets. Just get out there and come play. It's gonna be a good time.
Man, that's it. So it's August 15th. It's Operation Stop 22, benefiting Val 22. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And like always, Charlie Mike.